Hello, welcome to Carpool Crochet. I'm Susan. I hope you all had a great holiday weekend, but now we are in Christmas in July. That's what I want to celebrate right now because there are so many pretty yarns that are marketed for the holidays, and it's actually not really too early to start working on some projects for the holidays. If you have some presents to do, some decorations that you might put out right after Thanksgiving, maybe even up to Halloween time. Some people like to do that, decorate really early, and I'm all for it because I love the holidays. So a lot of these yarns look alike, but there are some marked differences. Some things you might like better, some things you might not, but everyone has their own opinion, but I just want to bring the information to you. So I'm going to have a few of these hauls because this is like first round. I bought some yarn at Mary Maxim. I bought some yarn at Walmart and some yarn at Michael's for this this round. And then I have some coming from Hirschner's and I have some coming from Premier Yarns, although some of these are Premier that I got at Mary Maxim. So, okay, let's start with, what should we start with? I think we'll start with the Mary Maxim. So, this is the Mary Maxim Starlette. Oh, sorry, Mary Maxim Starlette Sparkle. If you can see that. You cannot tell me that's not holiday. That is definitely a Christmas color. And it goes from green to red to white to green to red to white. Okay, so it's machine washable and dryable. Wash using the gentle, delicate cycle for 2 minutes. Tumble dry using low heat for maximum of 5 minutes. So it's kind of specific, just like that Bag a Day yarn was, probably because of the metallic nature of this. It has a sparkle yarn that's twirled around the acrylic yarn. So this is a 4 worsted weight. It's made in Turkey, approximately 196 yards, 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. It's 180 meters. And this is the colorway Christmas. So very simply Christmas. And it's so pretty. It's kind of got that true green, true red, primary colors, ready for the holidays. Very traditional. Now it does have a little bit of color bleed, which I don't like. But it also makes it a little bit of a softer transition. But I wish that was cleaner on the white. And it's a silver sparkle. And it's definitely a 4-weight, a regular 4-weight yarn. And it is soft in the skein. But when I worked it up, it did irritate my finger a little bit. So I would do this in small batches of crocheting. It's very pretty. I do have a swatch here. So I started out with double crochet. Then I moved on to a single crochet. Then I did like a granny stitch. I think I like the single crochet the best, maybe the double crochet. I don't love the granny square because they kind of split the granny stitches in half, which I don't love. And it does kind of make a little bit of a pattern. A little, especially the double crochet, it kind of goes those red diagonal lines. A little bit, a little splotchy, but it's a little on the stiff side. And if you're very sensitive, you might want to avoid this because you do feel the metallic yarn in there when you are stitching, when you're crocheting. So this is an okay one. I think by the end of the month, I will do like a tier list of all of these yarns, but for round 1, it's very pretty. I like the colors. I like the primary colors. Traditional Christmas. And it's very nice, but a little bit harder on your hands, especially if you have sensitive skin. The other Mary Maxim yarn I tried was the Mellowspun. So Mellowspun DK, and this is a 3-weight yarn, DK. Care instructions: machine wash, maximum temperature 104 degrees, do not bleach, can be tumble dried, do not iron. It is It recommends a 4mm hook. It is called Holiday, made in Turkey. Approximately 284 yards, 260 meters, 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. And it's super soft. It's really nice. Now the colorway, it's a little more of a lime green than I would prefer. I'd like it to be a little bit more dark. This one tends towards the lighter, more yellowy green. Again, and then a darker maroon red, which I do like, and white. So I've used this yarn before with the Hanjan Crochets pattern. I think it was, did I write it down? I think it was the blueprint. Yeah, the blueprint sweater. And in a single crochet, it worked up a little bit on this like stiff side with the 4mm hook. But you'll see here my, where is my, here it is. This is my swatch. Sorry, my ends. I did not weave in the ends on these. The bottom is a double crochet. Then we have a single crochet. As you can see, it's kind of a very substantial fabric here. And then, what did I do for this? Like a V, no, it's not a V stitch. Some sort of block stitch. But I really liked the feeling and the drape of this yarn in the double crochet. It's really nice. The single crochet, I wouldn't make a wearable out of it, but I definitely would make a wearable from the double crochet or maybe going up a hook size in the single crochet. So I'm really close to the camera, I feel like, sorry. So that's that. And again, the color green is not my favorite, but it's very pretty and it feels so nice. I really do like this yarn. It's really soft. Now, so those are the two Mary Maxim. I'm going to go back in time to the Red Heart Super Saver Biddy Stripes. This is the festive colorway. This is kind of the holiday colorway, and this was a swatch I made up a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago at this point. But I love this. This is so pretty. You can go with a deeper maroon or a darker green if you like, or go with the brighter green. It's like chartreuse down here. Almost brings it into a springtime look if you do that. But I thought, you know, this is gorgeous for a holiday blanket. So I'd throw that in there. Then we have another red heart, which is over here. The Red Heart Super Saver, just the regular Super Saver, and this is mistletoe. So nice bright jolly green and true red with the white. And this, the details are 5 ounces, 141 grams, 236 yards. It is 100% acrylic, a 4 worsted weight, machine wash and dry. So everything you like about Red Heart is here, and it's really nice to work with. I had no problems with this. I have swatches everywhere. It's really bright and cheerful holiday colorway. It did definitely want to pool on those double crochets. As you can see, looks like little computer guys or something, but it's actually probably, I'm sure I started with the single crochets. Single crochet, double crochet, and then I did like a waffle stitch, but you can't really tell because how busy this pattern, this yarn is. So I wouldn't do anything intricate as far as your stitches go. It's not going to show up. So just do something that will vary the yarn a little bit so that you don't have that pooling unless you like that. So easy to work with. This is not, it's not the softest yarn, but it's also did not irritate my hands. I like how plump it is, and it's substantial, and it feels like it's going to last forever. And it just, I think for like decorating home items, this would be really great. Like a tree skirt or stocking, something like that. I think it would be perfect. Let's move on to the Premier Basix Shimmer. It's a 4 worsted. As you can see, these are all very similar. Red, white, and greens, but the tones shift, and also how long the colorways, the color changes are. This is very short. It's like maybe a couple stitches before you change. And the I don't know where I put my red heart that I had already used, but you can see with the red heart, it's longer, a lot more green, green, white, a little bit of white, but then we're into red for a longer time, white, and then green. So longer, you get to deal with each color a little bit longer in the red heart, and then this, very short bursts. So, and how does that work up? This is the Poinsettia Shimmer. It is made in Turkey and 216 yards, 198 meters, 4.23 ounces, 120 grams, 97% acrylic, 3% metallic polyester. It recommends a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I used the recommended hook for all of these swatches. So I really like this swatch. I think it's super pretty. So this is double crochet, if you can, let me get closer. Double crochet, then a few singles up here. And then I did like a Suzette stitch, but again, you can't really tell if you do a fancier stitch because the yarn is, the colorway is so busy. And in the middle, I used the Basix Shimmer worsted in the green shimmer. And as you can tell, that green does not match. It goes nicely though. I think that you could do a great project using this green, here it is, to accent the poinsettia, but don't get these things thinking it's going to go. And the white would go, of course. And then the red is closer. Let's see. The red may be a little more of a clear, bright red than the one that's in this Poinsettia Shimmer. But I think they all, if you used all of them, it would still work out. But yeah, this is leans a little bit more to the burgundy. So that's the Poinsettia Shimmer with this green shimmer. And then we have same stats. What is it called? Mary Shimmer. Okay. So this is a bit darker, deeper forest green and like a burgundy. So again, the greens don't match. I don't even think they really go because this green leans a little more yellow. And then for the red, sorry, I only got one skein of this and it's been used. So again, purpley maroon, clear red. So I would not put these together, but there's always the white that comes to the rescue. So white would work beautifully. But actually, I do want to, this reminded me, the multis feel more like a 3-weight. So you can see 3-weight. It's supposed to be a 4-weight. And then solids, I don't know if you can tell. They're just plumper and a little bit thicker. So even though they're in the same line of yarns, just keep that in mind. Keep it in mind if that's very important to you, to keep it everything very, very regular, because you can tell when you feel it. This is a little bit plumper, a bit poofier than the multi. So then I have this Basix Shimmer in Peppermint Shimmer. I didn't know what I would think about this because I don't normally like red and white marled yarns. Sometimes it looks like hamburger or something to me. I don't know. Sometimes it just looks a little not pretty. But this definitely gives me peppermint. This looks like candy. I love it. And I worked that up. And you can barely tell what kind of stitches I did. Double crochets, single crochets up here. So doubles on the bottom, the red, singles, and then a V-stitch, which would give it a little bit more airiness, but really the patterning doesn't shift too much. And it's just an even marled yarn with looks like a candy cane. So pretty. So I really liked this. I was so surprised. And the red does match. This red sparkle yarn. So this is where you can use your red and your white and even throw, some green in there would look beautiful. And it's just, I think this would be a beautiful pillow or part of a blanket. And I think really, really cute. So I have nothing else like it in my collection. So I do like that a lot. Okay, so we have the white shimmer, red shimmer, green shimmer. We have the poinsettia shimmer. We have the peppermint shimmer. And we have the Mary shimmer, which is the deeper and darker one, which we already went over. So that's deeper, darker. And I made a granny square out of that. Please just ignore the ends that I did not weave through. And it's really beautiful. If you want that darker evergreen Christmas tree look and the maroon. And then I added in the white for this row here, just to see a little contrast, because that green and that red did not match. So I almost put them in there, but then I was like, you can tell by holding them up that does not match. So I did think that was pretty. And this, I did feel the sparkle when I was working with it. You can feel it a little bit in the skein. Not quite as bad as the Starlette yarn. So in my tier ranking, we'll figure that out. But if you're very sensitive, you'll feel it. But it might be worth it to get this sparkle. Yeah, holiday sparkle. Now, talk about really hurting my hands. I did some 100% cotton, like kitchen cotton. It has a holiday colorway, so I thought I would throw these in. So this is the loops and threads. It feels stiff, papery. Like if your hands are too dry, you won't like that. It would probably catch on dry skin. No give at all because it's 100% cotton. But I don't know how they get some 100% cottons to be so soft and beautiful, like for a wearable, and then they have something like this. So I made a couple swatches. This is still connected actually, but I was going to make full dishcloths, and honestly, I had to stop. I just really wasn't enjoying this, but I will get back to it or make some maybe some coasters or something out of this. Something that will be good for absorbing condensation. It is pretty. It's traditional, you know, red, green, and white. And it's got decent stitch definition. I did like a single crochet down here, double crochet, and like granny stitch up here. So what do I have to say about that? I'm not a fan. Not a fan of loops and threads. What is it called? Loops and threads, classic cotton. I will give you the stats. 95 yards, 2.0, sorry, 2 ounces, 86 meters, 56.7 grams. It's a 4 worsted weight, 5mm hook. Recommendation, it is called Jolly Ombre. And you can wash on the delicate cycle and tumble dry low. So easy to take care of. It is pretty. If you like this, you might like, you know, if like this kind of cotton, maybe you'd like this. But honestly, I also did try, I don't know where I think I only bought one of them, and I used almost all of it. This is the Lily Sugar and Cream. And similar stats. It is 100% cotton. And this is almost a full skein, making a dishcloth with alternating single crochets. And oh, I put some, that's the wrong side anyway. I did single crochet, it's like a bobble stitch, double crochet, single crochet, a bobble stitch here, and repeated that. So this is basically a finished washcloth or dishcloth, because I thought the nubbies would be good for dishes. And as you can see with this double crochet, it kind of does pool in these different ways. So I don't know if you could get it to do a pattern that you like, if you take the time to see, you know, to do the counts. But honestly, the Lily Sugar and Cream I felt was a tad bit softer and easier to work with than the loops and threads. So that's my opinion. Very small difference, but I think this one wins out. And I think that it has a little bit more yardage. Let's see, 120 yards. And this was 95, but the price is different too. So the next one, I think this is our last one, is, I think it just fell. Yeah. This is a Big Twist. Big Twist value. And I got this at Michael's. So this Big Twist is 4 worsted weight, recommends a 5mm hook, 269 yards, 4.3 ounces. It is machine washable. Says do not tumble dry, dry flat. And it is the color Merry and Bright, 100% acrylic. So again, very much a traditional red, green, and white. It is a little bit of a darker green. And the transitions of the colors you can see kind of see a little bit of like that purplish red where it meets up with the green. So I have this swatch. What I do like about this is very soft, for one thing. I should tell you how what it feels like. Very soft, maybe second in softness, very close to the Mellowspun. Very, very nice. And what I do like about this yarn, in particular, here's my little swatch. I did double crochet, then I went to a single crochet, and then I did a wheat stitch that Brianna Kay does on her channel. I think she has trademarked it. So go to her channel to learn how to do the braided wheat stitch. I have a blanket that's been in progress for like a year with that wheat stitch. It's really pretty, but I I haven't worked on it lately. So I like how in the white, it's got like splotches of the other colors. So it's almost like this painted look to the white. So the thing that I don't like in some of the other brands is when the color bleeds over into the white and it's not intentional. This looks very intentional. It just adds a little bit to it. So I really like that a lot. So I don't know what I would make with this. It's definitely soft enough for a wearable, or scarf, or a hat, or sweater. It's got a lot of drape. I'm still not good at doing this demonstration on camera. So that is the loops, no, sorry, Big Twist value from Michaels. Let's just go over them one more time. So we have Mary Maxim Starlette Sparkle, which I think you can feel the sparkle a little bit. It's still nice. It's still pretty. I don't know if you would want to put it in a scarf, but I think a cardigan, if it's going over another top, would be okay. And also home decor. Not a ton of color bleed, but you can still see it. You can still see a little bit there. And the cost, I wanted to do the cost per yard, is about 3 cents per yard with regular price. Okay. So that's on the higher end because the skein's regular cost of the skein is $5.99. The Mellowspun DK is, I just love it. Very low color bleed, very soft, definitely garment worthy. Again, maybe go up a hook size if you're going to do a single crochet or something small, short stitch. Maybe I'm just a tight crocheter. And then this costs about 2 cents per yard, and it's actually, I mean, I'm going to get this video up tomorrow probably. Hopefully it's still on sale, but it is on sale. It's normally, let me see, normally $4.99. $4.99 a skein. It's on sale for $1.99. So rush and pick that up because that's really great for the holidays. Let's see, Premier Basix Shimmer. All of these different ones. These are all Premier Basix Shimmer. I actually got these at Mary Maxim because they had a better price. So these were about 3 cents a yard, but I bought them at Mary Maxim. They're normally like $5.49 at Premier, and I bought them at Mary Maxim for $3.37, and they were only like 2 cents a yard for any of the colorways. So I liked all of them. I think that the peppermint was my favorite, and they're just like really, I think especially the solids, and even the peppermint to a degree, are just have this plump squishiness to them. Not necessarily soft, but they just have a good squish. So then the next ones were, we have the Big Twist, and this is probably my favorite at $4.49. It was 2 cents a yard, and that's the regular price. Michaels always has sales. And then I got the, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I got the Red Heart at Walmart, so that was the best price for me. This was $3.76 at Walmart, 2 cents a yard. Nothing to say about this. It's just really good basic holiday yarn, so I liked that. And the cottons, again, I don't have the Lily Sugar and Cream like skein, but the loops and threads was $2.99 at Michaels, at 3 cents a yard, and the Lily Sugar and Cream from Mary Maxim was 120 yards for $3.99, so came out also to 3 cents a yard. So that's what I had for like round one of holiday yarns. Basically focusing on like all of these gradient or variegated striped traditional colorway yarns. I also got, as a treat to myself, where is it? From Mary Maxim, I got this cute Christmas kitty pack. So this is a kit. Let me open it. I'm going to get rid of some of this yarn. Crazy. So much yarn. Always saying so much yarn. Okay. So we have this cute kitty kit. And this was only, I think it's like $18 regular price. And I got it for $14.99, I think. So look at this kitty. So let's see. I'm going to work this up this week and we'll see if it's worth it. If it's easy enough. I've done plenty of woobles, but I haven't done a ton of other like kits from Michael's or Target or anything like that. So what did it come with? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a good deal, I think. So this is the Mary Maxim Mellowspun, which I just said I liked. Nice and soft, even though it's going to make this cat tree. So 2 of these. So good yarn. And then a darker yarn. 2 little knots. A red, orange, blue, like a butter yellow, and a little blue black. So that's what it came with. No hook, no stitch markers. So you have to have your own equipment, hopefully do like this is say it's for beginners or says it suggests a 4mm hook, and it doesn't say here if it should be beginner or intermediate or whatever. It might say online. This is, I just think it's supposed to be 13. Oh wait, it does say right on the front, intermediate. So that little scale here, 3. So 3 out of 4. So we'll see if I can handle this cat. So I think it's adorable. So I'll work on that. If anybody else has it, I'd love to see. I think I'm going to turn on my community page. I haven't done it in the past because I just didn't know what to put on there. I've been out of town, but I want to open it up because I want to put things like this, like updates on sales that are coming up. I want to see you guys and see your, I want to see your creations because we can all share on there with pictures, and that's kind of how we become a community, I think. So I love getting your comments. I love that interaction, but I think a back and forth between all of us on the community page will be great. Now, I'm sure you're on a lot of community pages, but I hope that you join mine and a part of the crochet, the Carpool Crochet community. And I think that'll be great. And I will love to put things on like, oh yeah, premieres. Big sale coming up on Tuesday. I'm excited. I've bought a lot of yarn lately, but I definitely want to stock up on some of my favorites. And if I find out what is going to be included in that sale, I will try to do a video. I probably won't be able to like preview anything, but as soon as the sale goes live, then I can do a video or put out a video that includes some of the ones that I think might be a great deal for you to pick up on Tuesday. And I do have a Premier Yarns affiliate link. I actually just got an affiliate link for Mary Maxim and Line Brand. And I have had Premier for a little bit and Yarnspirations. And I think that, Furls crochet hooks, which I was so excited about. So I have those always linked in the description box of every video. I might not mention it every video, but I do appreciate it if you're shopping to go through those links, because then I make a little bit of money to bring back more yarn and projects like this to the channel. So anyway, I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you like Christmas in July. I know it seems early, but it's really, for us crafters, it's not that early to be thinking about the holidays. And I forgot to say, I am wearing a Christmas sweater that I created last year. It's an MJ Off the Hook design. I think it's the Old Town sweater, but I will link it in the description box as well. And I used a yarn, let's see if I stand up, that you can see it. It's just a granny stitch. And I kind of wish I had made the arms a little bit longer, but I ran out of yarn playing yarn chicken. So now they're 3/4 length, and the yarn is the Big Twist. Big Twist winter yarn in one of the colorways, and I think it's discontinued. They had a few more skeins at Hirschner's on sale, and I didn't buy it, and now I'm kicking myself that I didn't buy more. I think I bought a couple of these skeins last year when Joanne went out of business, and I wish I had bought more of it because I really like these deeper colors along with the gray and the white. So anyway, I thought I'd wear the sweater, and now I'm like sweating. Now it's too hot to keep this sweater on. But I hope you like Christmas in July. Let's get into the spirit. I will have some videos with Christmas in July, some videos of hauls and other things. So don't worry if you don't like Christmas in July. I will have other content on in July as well. But I hope you join me for all of it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.